Ladies and gentlemen, bugs and grubs, potatoes of all ages, it's time for a stream! It's time for the Wizard of Oz. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday today, 5th of January. It is 9:42 p.m. here in the merry old land of Oz. Speaking of Oz, we're doing the Wizard of Oz. What is the Wizard of Oz about, I hear you ask? This is our main save for FM23 right here on Twitch. My name is Deadpool2028 or DP. We're live here from the DP Dome. And the save we're doing is the Wizard of Oz. So we started in Australia with Adelaide United FC, the club closest to where I live. It's about 5-6 kilometres behind me and to my left as I'm sitting. They play at Cooper Stadium, which you should be seeing on your screen right now. From there, because the board were a bunch of monsters, after winning a couple of trophies, we up stumps and moved all the way up here to South Korea with the mighty Jeonnam Dragons, where we have won the K-League 2 and we have won the Korean FA Cup. But the goal of this save is to get to Europe and to win the Champions League. We're 2 steps along the road so far, a little bit of a ways to go. How we doing, folks? Welcome to the stream. I'm managing to time the whole intro thing and what the save's about with the intro video. I'm all over it. That's what we in the biz call hitting the post. Pow, right on the nose. We got Lucas in. Lucas has done his hockey experiment again and won a game 145-0 in NHL 23 because he's a vicious monster. Well done. And here is FG Crazed Balls telling me to get back to work. Not a snowball's chance in hell, my friend. That's not happening until the last possible second. I may even log on late on Monday. Hopefully it hasn't been too mental. And if it has, I don't want to know about it because it's literally not my problem for another few days yet. Love your work. We are pretty much diving straight into a game. Not a lot has happened in between streams, but let's jump across and have a look. Ready for it? Ready for it? Gazoom. Things move around now. Such a good tool. Anyway, this is where we're at. We are still top of the league. On the 1st of August in Saveland, John Buck and Suwon had to play each other. And no, they didn't play each other. They played different teams. Grace Balls misses me. Yeah, who wouldn't, man? I mean, look at me. They both drew a game. So we stayed top of the league, which is awesome. And there we shall remain. In other news, In Gyu, if you missed a stream last night, you missed an absolute cracker. In Gyu came back into the side, stepped up and scored 4 goals in a game. It was awesome. It was this one. We won it 4-1. In Gyu scored all 4 of them. And then in the next game, he rated a 6.3 and got dragged off the pitch after about 60 minutes. But that's irrelevant. Our hero from K-League 2 is back and scored. So we're expecting big things from him in the next game against Seoul. Also coming up, we might even get there this evening. It's in 20 days time. It will be our first match in the AFC Champions League this season. It will be awesome. And we're heading into the business end. There's not a lot of games left to go before the split in the league. So we could be coming to the end of our time at Jeonnam Dragons, which will be a little bit sad. But if we do, it means the shift to Europe should be on. One step closer to the dream. I've skipped ahead to Seoul. Oh, the other big news. We had a huge offer for one of our heroes, Mr. Benny Davis. Here it is. Boom. They offered 1.4 million for Ben Davis. Birmingham. Can you believe it? He used to play at Fulham, did nothing there. Went to Oxford, kind of did nothing there, but he had a few loans and he did all right. Came here. He's a freaking superstar. Birmingham came in. Oh, we want you. He doesn't want to go. He's not interested at all. The board accepted that offer of 1.4 million. I had a chat to him and just said, oi, Benny Davis is the best player in our team by a country mile. They agreed and closed down the deal. Got rid of it. So they love us, which is awesome. I'm a happy camper. And yeah, we didn't lose Benny Davis. So that was good. We are going to go and play Seoul, who we should beat. Hopefully, I've made a couple of tweaks to the team. We're going to go through the team because I keep forgetting to do it. Something I like to do. Here we go. Off the defender I brought by mistake. Which one? There's been a few. Yikes. Can't remember. I don't know where you're up to, man. But we haven't made a profit in a transfer for a while, other than we got paid for Harsey June and Jesus Crespo, our saviour. We don't like to talk about those transfers because it's still devastating and we're still feeling the impacts. But here's a team for the next game. Lee Si-hwan in goal, who is a goddamn hero. His name is similar to the striker I wanted. Yeah, that was probably Jesus Crespo. I'd wager, I think. Unless it was Carlos Aguilar, who's still here and not great. That's the only one I could think of. But if it was Crespo, he came in as a 5-star defender. He was awesome. And then he went to Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, for like 325 grand. And his value automatically shot up to about 50 million quid, which is disgusting. Which is why we don't like to talk about it, because it's heartbreaking. Lee Si-hwan in goal. Park Ki-hyun, a new defender. He can play all over the back line. He's filling in at left back, just because now we can give Cho Da-yoon a rest every now and then, which is awesome. Cho Mi-hyung and Park Seung-min in the centre of defence. They've formed a pretty tidy partnership, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Donati at right back. Turkman is back in after serving his suspension for accumulating too many yellow cards. He's a very naughty boy. At defensive mid, Jung Jae-yik and Benny Davis in the centre of midfield. Kim Min-woo and Kim Hyo-suk get the nod on the wings, just to give Yom and Gwon a bit of a breather. Lee In Gyu up front. Now that I think about it, Yeonji, I'm happy with that. I was going to put Yom back in because he's struggling for fitness, but we'll change him over. And I don't have a goalkeeper on the bench. Oh. Who's responsible for this crap? Reserves, overview, goalkeeper, no, squad, goalkeeper, you're injured, you come with me, squad, move to senior squad, Bruno coming out, where is he? In there you go, everybody get off Menards, we've got a goalkeeper on the bench now. Now can we play the game please? Huzzah! Good lord. Let's go. I'm excited. Business end of the season. We're top of the league. Do it for the supporters. Let's get Lee In Gyu back in form, scoring goals. It's going to be great. Let's go. And we're at home. Even better. Come on, gentlemen. Headshot. Huzzah. More of that. More of that. Less everything else. Gonna drop some encouragement. Hey, what's this crap? They had the ball. Mino Likey. Lee Si-hwan claims it comfortably. Jeonnam are winning their game. Boo. That'll be one of the big bonuses of not being in Korea when we do leave. Oh, Benny Davis has just stolen that. Shot from range. He could have taken 2 or 3 more touches there and lowered those percentages quite a bit. But he chose not to, and we trust his judgment because he's Ben Davis. What the hell was I talking about? Leaving Korea. We won't have to play or deal with Jeonnam anymore. And that'll be great. Because we hate him. Gonna encourage again. Coming in at half time. Nothing's really happened. But no one's stinking up the joint. So they're shooting way too much though, and I don't care for it. Techman is not having a great day at the office. I'm not happy with your performance out there. You've not been good enough. Get it together. You. There we go. Right. Just firing them up. Put a rocket up them. Come on. We do not want to be level on points with Jeonnam. We still got to get stuck in. Oh. That's left there from like 3 games ago. Oh, don't worry. I've been saying he's got Benny Davis eyes quite a bit. Anyone who's been keeping up the streams knows I put in a lot of effort to make a Train to Busan joke work, because we're here in Korea and there are several teams from Busan. And finally, we sold a player to Busan, and it was magnificent. I was a very happy man. Kim In-woo's got himself sent off. What an idiot! Put him on a Train to Busan. God damn it! You can't play central attacking mid. Gwon can. We go to a diamond, which isn't ideal. What a moron. Ugh. So the best we can probably hope for is a draw, unless we can somehow pinch a goal. Chapman's got to come off. He's been crap. So John Jay back there. I need another central midfielder. I don't really have one. So go on back there. And I'm going to throw in another striker. We'll drop In Gyu back a little bit deeper. And we might just split them up. With him there, and you play as a shadow striker. And we'll see what happens. But we're down to 10 men, and this does not make our lives very easy at all. They are all over us and pressing really hard. That's a great ball through to In Gyu. Here he goes. In Gyu scores. Oh, I'm so glad he's back. What a hero. He's played like 6 games. He's already our top scorer this season. Haven't turned the ticker on. Because, as we know, I'm a ranked amateur. I knew I'd got rid of the L plate way too soon. Can breathe again. He's well onside there, getting played on by this clown. In Gyu up to his old tricks. Yes, proceed. Just need to keep possession and not do anything stupid. Over to Ben Davis in the centre, back to John Jayik. I think he was trying to shoot and he's kind of scuffed it. Benny Davis needs to be careful, he's on a yellow card. So is In Gyu now. What a goal from Guan! Oh, inspired substitution from the gaffer. (60-21-10) game. I saw that Doncic was killing it. Speaking of killing it, In Gyu and Guan reunited after 18 months, and it seems they are reconnecting quite effectively. I've forgotten to make substitutions, so that's a thing. Nardi's going to come off, as if I'm taking Ben Davis off in this situation, and we'll bring some fresh legs on at the center of defense, and hopefully Carlos Aguilar doesn't screw us over. We're going to praise the lads because this is a phenomenal win, assuming we can pull it off. How are the Kings good? How does that happen? And what do you mean the Kings are good again? Like, when has that ever been a thing? I know I've been out of the loop NBA-wise, but surely not. We're doing silliness, and I hate it. Aguilar, just get it out. That's the way. Just clear the football. Park Hee-hoon has made me a happy man. Aguilar again, just clears. He's doing all the right things. Oof, jeez Louise. 2002? Yeah, see, I was well out of the NBA loop back then. 2-0 to the Dragons. I'm a genius. Who would have thought that getting a player sent off would be the spark we needed to turn it around? This guy, I'm telling you. Oh. And if you remember that first season in K-League 2, it was In Gyu up here, Guan over here, or occasionally over here. That's where all our goals came from. And yeah, they were clicking again there, and it makes me very happy. And now, along with Ben Davis in the center of midfield, hell yeah. Individuals, anyone over 7.5, very pleased. In Gyu, very pleased. Yep, we're all good there. Did they pick someone up good? Or a new coach? Or... Because yeah, from a 30-52 record, that's... Or was it draft picks? Did they do the usual, or just tank? and then bump ourselves up pecking order. Look at that, 2-point gap, and Suwon have drawn again. The wheels are falling off over in Suwon. Ha 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 ha! They drew Gwangju. Jeonbuk won, but it was to a super cheap penalty from Gustavo. We hate that guy, so who cares? Ha 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 ha! No! Oh, it's only nearly panicked. See, Ben Davis is injured. I think that's our season done. But no. Kim In-woo, no, we're not appealing that. It was a stupid tackle. It could have very easily cost us 3 points. We've officially avoided relegation. We're not going down. I remember Halliburton. So they just trusted the process, I guess. Figured it out. Nice one. Ben Davis gets his bonus. Awesome stuff. He's more than earned it this season. That guy has been phenomenal. Everybody gets 2 days off after that. Except for you. Get out of here. Bring in the youngster. Oh, that was the other bit of news that I've got to talk about. Lee Hyun-ji, our new super versatile player. I was hoping Zach was in. No, Zach has seen this guy when we signed him, but he hasn't seen him play or in the squad yet. But yeah, look at that versatility. Play left, right, attacking mid if we need one. We don't really use one. Central mid, defensive mid. We bought him from Jeonbuk, so the supporters hate him. But he's been doing the business for us since he's come in. So, yeah. Donovan Mitchell had a 71-point game. It's madness. What is going on? Meow. Meow. Ah! There we go. Training. Rest. 2 days. One's coming back into the squad after that performance. Mark my words. How long is Lee Hyun-ju out for? 4 to 6 weeks. You trade him to Cleveland, who are also good again. Surprised about Cleveland, because they kind of gutted their team after LeBron left. It was just this like mass exodus. And I'm glad the Pacers are doing alright. I've always had a soft spot for Indiana because I was a big Reggie Miller fan back in the day. 3-point bombs for days. I was watching a highlight package the other day. It popped up on Facebook. It was just Michael Jordan being Michael Jordan back in his prime. And the only highlights I didn't like was there was a couple of them where he was either dunking on or shooting over Reggie Miller and making him look very, very ordinary. And I just thought, oh man, not cool. It's Reggie. Everybody loves Reggie Miller. If you don't like Reggie Miller, that's fine. It's okay to be wrong. We've recorded a top half finish. That's official. We're just the best. We're the best. Cho Mi-hyun gets a wage hike. I have no problem with that because he's been outstanding. Yeah, the Hornets, Bobcats, whatever you want to call them. It's pretty much just putting lipstick on a bulldog. Even when I was back in high school, they had Muggsy Bogues and Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning. But the real reason they were popular, or like really popular, is because chicks loved that tealy type of color. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe that's where subconsciously I'm drawn to teal at work. Weird. There's probably some truth to that. But yeah, that's why Charlotte were popular back in the day. So they had a pretty colour. Are they Charlotte again now? No, they're New Orleans. No, it's New Orleans Pelicans, isn't it? Yeah, because the Hornets became Bobcats. And didn't they go back to being the Hornets or something? And then they moved to... I don't know. Who cares? Can't keep up with it. Bring back Supersonics. Shouldn't have a team called the Pelicans. Granted, it is the most feared of all animals. But, shove the Supersonics back in the NBA. It's disgusting that they don't. It's like not having Hartford, the Whale, in the NHL. Ridiculous. Hey, look at that. Our old team, Adelaide United, in Champions League. That's pretty cool. Chase every graph to Till. Oh my god, I'm so proud. I'm gonna roll a tear. It's like being a proud dad. I guess having everything one colour is better for accessibility, and that's a good thing. Marco Aaron Bashett scored in Champions League, everybody. He's up to his old tricks. That's pretty cool to see. I like that. We don't want him doing it against us. So we have drawn Bangkok United from the Toyota Thai League. Guerrero Yokohama from the Nihon League 1. I'm assuming that's Japan. And Sport from Chinese Super League. Decent group. I think we can all get on board with that. If you've got any complaints, send it to my email at dpdome at idon'twannahearit.com. Not a real email address. There was New Orleans Hornets, changed the name to the Pelicans, which was the original Charlotte Hornets, yep. And then there was the expansion Bobcats, which changed the name to the Hornets after the New Orleans. Oh, well, if it's all that simple. Your brain, Lucas, baffles me, because I know you didn't look that up. You just knew that. And managed to type that out in a way that makes sense, but it's still funny because it doesn't make sense at all. Another proud dad moment. Rolling a tear. You're in chat. Read through Lucas's last message and just bask in the glory that is that description of events. That is awesome. Now we can have a look at the competitions page, and we've got all the competitions. Didn't we beat Pohang in the final last year? That sounds like a thing we did for the cup. Let's have a look. Yeah, we did. Smash their faces off. Not really. Ben Davis and Hasi June. Oh, Hasi June. Now I'm sad. Rhineside had 7 in his games where he had a goal, assist, and 5. So, he's Hall of Famer, clearly. It's like Gretzky numbers right there. Yes, we're confident. We're going to do better with Jeonnam in the Champions League than we did with Adelaide. As I recall, with Adelaide in the Champions League, we got knocked out in the group stage. Yeah, we did. And that was the other reason I wanted to bail, because I was ashamed of myself. But this squad, this squad of players. Park Seung-min's adapted his game, stayed back at all times. Excellent. This guy's a striker, he's not very good. Knock yourself out, buddy. Kim Ho-seok is our best trainer. Guan's killing it. we go. And Park Seung-min. Right. One thing I'm going to point out, though, about this kid, Park Seung-min. If we have a look at his progress, wowza, meow. And this is just since, what, last September. Okay, so he's always been pretty good. Fair enough. I don't think he was today. He was definitely 2-star when we were playing. It's Sideline Sven. Sideline Sven is in. I'm doing good, man. How are you? Thanks for stopping in, saying hello. We got off to a winning start this evening. Barely. Against Seoul, 2-0. After going down to 10 men in like the 60th minute or something crazy. No, in the first half. Yeah, and then we picked up a couple of goals late. We've got our hero, In Gyu, back from military service. He's now top scorer at the club. Boom, there he is out on his own with all of 5 goals. We've been struggling for goals, but we're top of the friggin' league and happy times. Reworked your whole setup, took you 9 hours. Holy moly, I know the feeling. I have got, how many episodes are we into Wizard of Oz right now? We're up to like episode 38 or something ridiculous. I've got all the videos banked up on YouTube, rendered to repost streams over there. Every time I sit down to do the thumbnails for them, I have like an aneurysm and a serious case of CDFs, and it just doesn't happen. Speaking of Gretzky, Alex Ovechkin hit 802 goals past Gordie Howe on all-time goals list on Christmas Eve. Another 6-10, officially on the hunt for Gretzky's goal record. Well, then he should stop, because Gretzky's goal record should stand forever. Even if he beats it, it doesn't matter. He's not Wayne Gretzky. Same as LeBron. LeBron can beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's points record, but he's not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's not Michael Jordan. We're continuing. But yeah, 9 hours. That's a big shift, man. Of just messing around with streamy stuff. I feel ya. Before I kicked off all this stuff, like I was doing that for a couple of weeks. I was working. I wasn't doing the stream stuff while I was working. Not every day. No, I wasn't. I behaved. I was good. We're top of the league. If we lose, we can drop to 3rd against Gimcheon. But it's Gimcheon. We just stole all their good players. We didn't steal them. They all came home. So, trainings must be press conference, blah, 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 blah. Bam, 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 bam. I've got the bam, bam, bams today. I don't know what that's about. So, let's get Choi Do-yoon back in. Yeah, Donati's going to play this one. Anyone else needs to come into the squad? Lee Ji-hoon was our one of the best trainers. No. Yeah, I'm fine with this. This will do. Bam, 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 bam. Yes. What was I going to say before I got distracted? I'm like a squirrel, like, oh, shiny chat, oh, shiny game. Yeah, set up your stuff. If you're spending that amount of time getting everything set up, and getting everything how you want it, and looking good, and working right, and setting up hotkeys or whatever else, like, it will absolutely pay dividends. Production value, it's a thing. Do yourself a favor, look up, well, it depends what software you're using. If you're streaming. If you're using OBS, move transition. That's my hot tip. If you're just talking about general setup and setting up PC, 9 hours is way too long. And you're a madman. I'm just checking the job center. Nothing going on. Because we're not going to China, we're not going to Argentina, and we're not going to Brazil. Jobs have all dried up. Closer to Christmas, it's all going to kick off again. But our season will be done by then, so perfect timing. But yeah, over in Europe around Christmas time, a bunch of managers are going to get sacked. Or beforehand. And that's when we swoop in. Pick the bones. Lee Yong-ki. I recommend against offering him a professional contract this time, as he's no longer required here. He's got 5-star potential. He's getting a contract. You're not getting a pay rise every year, but you can have the rest of it. Yeah, there we go. Crazy. Benny Davis is fit. Jung Ho Yoon is fit. He's not playing. An Chan-ji is fit. Low crosses. Oh, that's the other thing we're going to do is we're going to take off this. Why are we... I don't remember dropping the defensive line this low and playing a high press. But it's been working, so I'm not going to mess around with it. We got lines everywhere. Look at it. Lines. And look, this is still my favorite part of the last update. 2 things from the last update that I absolutely adore and will applaud SI for. No, they're not the changes any of us wanted for the game, but they're super important. One is we've got the descriptions back for the lines. Thank God, because I was doing my head in. And we no longer hit the post 57 times a game. So much better. I'm still not seeing all that chaos in the midfield they were talking about, but that could just be that we've been at, let's face it, rubbish clubs in rubbish leagues. And our midfield work hasn't been stupendous. Could be a thing. Lee Ji-hoon, get in there, but. Awesome. Yeon Ji-sung is lacking match sharpness. Well, that's why he's playing, to get some match sharpness. Assistant manager. Silly ass man. My word. Right. Dressing room. What are we going to do? Pick up where you left off. And let's hope Lee In Gyu remains Lee In Gyu and doesn't do what he did last time he had a good game, which is vanish. What is going on with this crowd? Nobody cares about you, Gimcheon. Nobody. Look at it. None of them even want to be near the pitch. They're all sitting up here. Stay away from you. They're ashamed of it. They don't want to be on the telly. Tells you everything you need to know. That is weird. Why do you even have burger vans? There's nobody here. There's probably nobody working the burger vans. They're just like, you know what? We can't be bothered. You guys come on in. Help yourselves. Because we're not going to sit here for the next 3 hours pretending to cook burgers for a non-existent crowd. And I don't blame them. There's more people sitting on the bench than the bottom tier. Here's Guan. Into Lee In Gyu. Oh, just tried a very cheeky shot. Remember he used to do that all the time? He's still Lee In Gyu, and I love him dearly. Sven's writing novels in the chat. I'll check that in just a second, Chief. 10 minutes in, 3 shots. We're away from home. We're dropping courage right on their heads. Here we go. Onto Lee In Gyu's head. It's where we want it, Turkman. Do the business. Doink. Nope. But here's Guan. Collects. He's up for it. He's got options. Yeah. Ah, it was very close. Good night story. Love it. Hang on, we got a corner. Burp, burp. Oh, we've missed again. Right. Had a save in Wolfsburg. Yep, I remember Wolfsburg. Bought a young Swede. Was on the verge of first 11. Wanted to loan him out one more season. Nobody offered but played him. Returned it into an assist monster. Suddenly Dortmund. Champions League. WCL. It's like, yeah. Well, I was like, nope. Off the... Yes. Love it. I love it. He's your very own, like, Choi Mo Hyung or Ha Si Jun or... Yep. Awesome. And sometimes that's the way to go. Rather than alone, back to kids. Oh, Benny Davis has missed a pen. Oh. This might be one of those games. We are getting joy from set pieces though. Oh, Benny. Benny. It's not as much of a disaster if a midfielder misses a pen because they can still get more involved as the game goes on and get their rating back up. If it's a striker though, a striker misses a penalty, just sub them off because their head will be gone. Their game is done. Guan's going to play it in looking for Lee. He does. Lee In Gyu scores. Oh, I'm so happy. Have I mentioned I'm happy Lee In Gyu's back? This guy's a 2.5 star player. So that's his, what, 6th goal? Since he's come back now. He had 39. So that's 45 goals he scored. He's come back from his military service and just gone, oh, yeah, that's right. I score all the goals. Yeah, Ben Davis is back up to a 6.4. So we'll have a chat to him in a minute. Doing well getting shots away. Keep going. Individuals. Benny Davis. Just a little pat in the head. Yep. Just need a bit more of a rev up after missing pen. Alright, here's Chuckman with the free kick. You know where to put it. Ooh. Sends it to the far post. It's Chomo Hyung. 55 minutes. No. No feedback. Not needed. What's this crap? They've got the ball. Oh, well done. Ben Davis. He's run all the way back here, won that header. And just look at that positioning, putting himself right back in the thick of it, the centre of midfield, ready to receive that pass from Turkman, who should be wearing a cape. Here's Guan, trying to play a cheeky ball through to Lee, couldn't quite find him. It was a weird angle to try that pass from, to be fair. We are pressuring well, but that's a dangerous ball over the top. Lee Sang-min, he scores. 1-1. We might have to sub Ben Davis in this game. He might not make team of the week. That'll be like the first time all season. Yeah, we are going to sub Ben Davis. I hate to do it. How are we going to do this? We'll throw Park on, and then we're going to swap them over. Yeah, that works. Yom hasn't really shown up, so Kim Ho-suk's going to come on for him, and that'll do for now. Just some fresh legs. We're going to go positive and push for our resultage. Tonati's really struggling too. That's weird. That's really weird. Look at this. 2 minutes to go. We're going attacking. Oh, we can't draw with Kim Chon. Oh, you pack of morons. Why? Jeonnam won their game 3-0. That penalty miss. Very costly. All those chances in the first half that we didn't convert. Guan crushed it, but it's like last season all over again. We're level on bloody points with Jeonnam. Oh, I'm having flashbacks. It's killing me. We're 10 unbeaten. That's pretty cool. But we didn't win. I think we've guaranteed ourselves a top 3 finish, by the way. If you disregard the split, like, these guys miles behind. We're 18 points ahead of them. 18 points with how many games? Wow, we have got a ridiculous schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've only got 6 league games left before the split. Yikes. The one advantage, I guess, with subbing Benny Davis off in that game is he's not going to need as much of a rest. Can have a day's rest. I love that In Gyu's in form though. Oh, if you're sick of me saying his name, don't worry, you're going to get more sick of it. That, I can promise you. Hopefully. Unless you... No, I'm not going to say it. No. You can't. No. Mm-mm. No jinxness going on here. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. This is all set up. That's all fine. Yep, yep. Yeah, that's all fine. Damn right. I am very disappointed with that result. With a draw. Well read. Anyone been sacked yet? Nope. Carry on, as you were. Cheers, everybody. Oh, I'm furious. And what is going on in the EPL when Norwich are top of the league without dropping any points? What the hell? Any super weird teams? West Brom have got themselves back up. Notts Forest still there. Other than that, pretty much normal service. It's fun seeing Chelsea that far down the league. I like that. Yeah, Norwich. What? What? Juve down in 9th. They haven't even started playing yet. That explains that one. Cool, cool. Harsey June. Stop scouting him. Oh, it breaks my heart. Why you gotta bring up old stuff, man? Oh. Not far enough. Need him in League 2. Oh, they'll get there. Don't you worry. If you want to see the really weird stuff, have a look at some of the other creators like Lelujo, Benji, Zealand, all those dudes doing their like 100, 200, 500,000 year in the future videos, which aren't really 1,000 year in the future videos. And what happens when you sim the game that far ahead? You see some absolute bonkers stuff going on. Like teams from the deepest, darkest non-league somehow winning the Premier League or whatever. Super cool. We're now a matter of time away from setting a new KFA Cup record for consecutive victories. We've got 8 matches on the spin. We keep going, we'll break the record. And the record was set by Suwon. So if we can beat Po Hang, we get the record for most wins in the cup in a row. I would like that record very much. Doesn't mean anything other than I think it'd be cool. I'll tell you what I do find surprising in FM is for whatever reason, it's still keeping United like up the top end, like consistently. And the game isn't able to replicate just how rubbish they've been. over the last 10 years or so. And that seems weird, which to me suggests that club reputation is very, very heavily weighted by the way the game processes everything. Possibly to a fault. And that's always been the case. Like, I can't think of a version of FM where United have like truly struggled as a AI controlled club. They have bad seasons, but they generally will always bounce back and wind up back near the top again. Even the longest save I've ever done, like, they were always there or thereabouts. And that save went for probably close to 35, 40 years. In game time, not real time. If it was real time, I'd probably have a trophy somewhere on my wall for like the most ridiculous FM save ever. And it'd be a miracle because the game didn't exist, so I'd also be some kind of time traveler, which would be pretty damn cool. But I'm not. Or am I? But I could. Suwon won a game, Jeonnam won a game. Oh, but this is all cut, so that doesn't help us, but it would have been nice for them to lose and drop some momentum. But we're going to go and smash the faces off Pohang in the cup. It's going to be great. Yeah, tackle them harder. Kick the crap out of them. There's a team. It's pretty much the same as it was for the last match. Again, if it ain't broke, I ain't going to fix it. Kim and-woo come back into the side after being a monster. You are not even close to being fit. You're not a real defender. Neither are you, really. Aguilar needs to come out. Yeah, that's fine because Park can cover all over the back line. We've got Ferreira, yeah. Yeah. That's all good. And you go, yep. Awesome. Everything's okay. Brilliant. In Gyu. In Gyu. So far, I don't know if anyone else has favourites, but so far my two favourite players in Wizard of Oz, I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. Two favourite players, Marco Arambasic, who was a striker at Adelaide, and In Gyu, also a striker. They're my top two so far. In no particular order. We lost to Pohang the last time we played them too, so I got to do the revenge team tour. That's always going to be handy. Now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have told him to tackle harder. So that might come back and bite us in the patoot. Not the patoot. We need that for tooting. Kick off already. Let's go. We're at home. Haha. Early encourage. Let's dominate. Smash the crap out of them. Get out of here. Get to bed early because we've got to play Jeonnam in a few days, I think. No. Ulsan. Ulsan's next. Gentlemen, we're not winning yet. Don't care for it. We're going positive. Let's wrap this up early. Come on. You're not going to make it home to watch Bad Batch. That reminds me, I've got to watch Bad Batch. Oh. We're doing nothing. We're doing nothing. Let's play for set pieces again. Do that. We do not want this game to go to extra time, guys. John's head's gone. Come on, Lee. Wake up. That's 7 shots. None on target. Here we go. Here it comes. Right now. What the hell was that? Park Soo-min picks it up over Cincinnati. Back to Park Soo-min. Up to Gwon. To Benny Davis. Jung Jae-ik, who was trying to play it through, I think, for Gwon. Yeah, the run was all kinds of mistimed and crazy. Here's Lee, put on the pressure. Didn't really work. That's a wacky ball. Here's Cho, looking for an option. Finds Ben Davis, who has given it away, but reclaimed it. That was kind of cool in the end, sort of. Here's Gwon. It's got Lee in the middle. Finds him. That's going to be offside. Lee was like miles ahead of that last defender before that touch. I'm going to demand more. Not happy with how this is going. Jeonnam again, just... I don't know what it is. He started off out of the gates like on fire, and he has really gone off the boil. Lee's in. Oh, put it just wide. Right, you lot. Everyone in the park, you got 4 minutes to sort your lives out. Gwon's missed that one entirely. Oh, Jung Jae-ik's done super well to win that. He's knocked it through for Lee. Lee scores. Lee In Gyu, everybody. That's why he's my hero. I'm not doing it again. Let's go. And we love it. Take a bow, sir. 7th goal of the season. What a freak. What an absolute freak he is. Subby dubby dub dubs. Brendan Ferrer's going to come on here. Cho's going to have a bit of a breather. Kim Min-woo's going to come in and play on the left. And that'll do for now. We just need to not botch it. I said not botch it. Cho's done well to win that header. Jung Jae-ik again. He's another one who's come on leaps and bounds this season. Bit more game time, bit more consistency playing in midfield. Exposure to defensive mid as well for him, covering Turkman's injury early in the season. And seems to have all done him the world of good. Can we stop giving it to the white shirts? Oh my goodness. Oh, that was very close to being an equaliser. Just checking out fightness levels. Whoa, our midfield just took a massive nosedive. Yikes. Kim Min-woo, you need to drop back here for Benny Davis. Oh, crap on a stick. I can only make one change. I can't make any more changes. I've used all the substitutions. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute half-wit. I mean, Ben, I like where your head was at, but yikes. I think we're going to be okay. We cannot go to extra time. Do not cough it up. And I think we're going to get away with it. We are. Excellent. Hero of the day, Jung Jae-ik, champion. With the assist, setting up Lee In Gyu. Well done, lads. Individuals, you. You're excellent. Jung Jae-ik, delighted. Lee Si-hwan again, 7.5. Mr. Reliable between the sticks. Oh, we just broke that record too. Haha, fantastic. The record is ours. We've won in the quarterfinal. We get £699 for playing in the cup And then another massive 4.19 thousand. Million would be nice. It's not million, it's thousand. We get Boggle for winning the cup too. But another piece of silverware, I am not going to complain. Everybody here needs to have training, rest. You all get 2 days off. There's absolutely no point in training. Training is for losers. You're suspended, so you get out of here. Jeonnam, Kim Hyun, no. Yep. Yep. You're a friggin' giant, but you've got no pace. Development, training. Why are you learning ball control? Learn speed, quickness. Just do that. Get faster, and you'll be a friggin' hero. These poor kids as our backup strikers. 35 players. Auto select. Done. Is anyone not registered that I'll be heartbroken? No. Awesome. That's us registering our Champions League squad. Excellent. Champions League. I'm excited for that. It's been a while. Between drinks. What, 2 seasons since we played in Champions League? We've broken the record. It's ours. We're unbeatable, which means we'll lose the next game. Shin Bum Chul, he sure does, just got his Continental Pro license. Good for him. Well done. Proud of you. When you get home, there'll be an extra story on your house. How are we looking? We're looking nice. Attributes. Look at all the yellow in here. Hey. One more bump. We're going to get some green on this page. Discipline and motivation is going to be green. We'll go up to like at least 16, surely. It's going to be awesome. And then this stuff is just going to keep going up as we move around. And we've got 3-star rep now. So that should go up to like 3.5. Challenge for the KFA Cup. We're a year ahead of schedule. We've done that. Board's happy. Let's just check club vision. Yeah, we are struggling with wage budget. I know. But otherwise they're happy. Supporters are giving us B-. They're not happy with that loss against Jeonnam. I don't blame them. It was crap. Dynamics are good. Hierarchy's looking good. We've got more highly influential players. In Gyu slotted straight back in there. Social groups are sort of leveling out. Ferreira's the oddball. Which kind of makes sense. He's the only Brazilian at the club. He's not playing a lot. So we need to keep an eye on that. Maybe get him more involved. Somehow. You can definitely play against Shanghai Port, surely. We've got to be better than them. I'm going to yawn. Oh no! You couldn't even tell, could you? Stealth yawn. Right. I don't care. Park Seung-min making positive development. Yes. Yes, he is. I forgot he can play defensive midfield too. What a champion. I know we looked at him like 10 minutes ago. And I probably pointed that out. That's right. Yay, we signed that kid. Attend press conference. Great press conference. Thanks, everybody. Glad I could help. Yang Chang is injured. A fractured lower arm. Well, you're going to go to a specialist. We're not using you anyway. So that means you won't get grumpy about not getting game time. And no, I didn't break his arm deliberately. I didn't. Praise be unto you, Chomu Hyung. And Guan. Who do we start on the left? Because Yom's been letting us down. A little bit. His fitness is on the up. I mean, I guess we kind of got to stick with him, yeah? Yeah. We'll give him another shot. I think that's fair. And then, yeah. We can't perform against Ulsan, who aren't like a top team, but are still a good side. Where are Ulsan in the league? They're in 5th. So if we can't produce a performance here, then yeah, sadly, the doubts are going to be justified. So what's he play? 8 games in total? No, 11 games in total, 7 goals. So he's not quite at that goal a game pace for In Gyu, but still pretty bloody awesome. I want to go to corners because now that he's back, 184, what are you, 184, 197, 180, you get up here. Yeah, you get out of there. There we go. Yep. Just fixing set pieces, making sure the strikes in the right spotty spot. Try to get the football onto the noggin. Because that helps. Moving on, everybody. So what else is going on? No other big matches. Yeonbuk and Suwon aren't playing, so we'll be setting the pace. Man, we need a win here. We can't be dropping points. I'm afraid. Why don't you guys have a line yet? Get a line already. And you guys should have a line. Askman was telling me like weeks ago that you should have a line. So have a line. Anyway. Okay. Here we go. Jeonnam. Ulsan. Pick up where you left off. 50th appearance for In Gyu, everybody. Expect standing ovations right around the world. Pay your respects to a Jeonnam Dragons friggin' icon / hero. Because I said so. I don't care what the game thinks. We'll check after this one and see if he's on favoured personnel. Oh, we're playing at home as well. Come on, guys. Do it for the... Wow, that's a good crowd for us. 2,700 dragons in attendance. Dragons? Still dragons in attendance? Steelheads? No, that doesn't sound right. What are you doing? Oh, I didn't like that. And they get the ball and have a shot. That's not cool. What's this crap? Hey. And, Lee. Should probably move for those, champ. Just saying. Apparently we're in a groove. I'm not seeing any highlights, and I'm not seeing any evidence of it over here, really. So, here we go. Goalie, go! Fuck me! He was there or thereabouts. Where he wasn't was putting the ball in the back of the net. It was a good header. I'm going to drop another encourage. We're back on top. Moving it around. That's a clever ball from Donati. Into In Gyu. Finds Turkman. He shoots from range. Puts it over the bar. That's more a sort of Benny Davis zone than a Turkman zone. Yeah, we'll play for set pieces. Because they seem to be working a bit better. I should have gone the other one. Oh, got enough green. Don't mess it up. Plenty green in that. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on. No one's doing badly. Even Yom's doing alright. We could be doing better. 60-minute mark. We're going positive. We're going to push. Just looking at fitness. Techman's dead on his feet. Oh, don't punish me for going positive now. Right. Techman, you're done. Zhangji, drop back. Midfield. Hanan can play. Nice. I'm going to throw Kim Ho Shiokon for Yom. And that'll do. So massive changes, they've got the ball. I hate when that happens. Oh, Davis stolen it. Here's In Gyu. Shoots from outside, skims the top of the net. We're going to tagging. 15 minutes ago. I need to make changes at the back. Chaz Younger. Mega Rama. Lijian he can play in the center of midfield. Income on for Jean Jayek. And Benny Davis drop back there. Not really. Can Hanan drop back there? Yeah, that's better. It's Brown. Cool. Turn off play for set pieces. We're gonna go go. Come on, not another crap draw. Our defense is shot to hell. Everyone's exhausted. No! It's a risky one. We're opening ourselves up at the back a bit more. But it's going to be another rubbish draw. Like, nobody super sucked. The defense was great. Had plenty of chances. Just end product. And it probably just comes down to tiredness. We're going to have to rotate for the Champions League game. Don't care. Training, rest. He gets 2 days off. You're getting a breather. You're going to fill in for Donati. Actually, no. Yeah, there. Hanan's going to play for Benny Davis. Zhang Jie is going to play back here. Kim In-bui is going to play in the center of midfield. Kim Hae-seok is going to play on the right. No, No, you're going to play on the left. You're going to play on the right. Lee Ji-hoon's going to start. No, I hate everything about that. Yeon's going to start. Yep. Yeah, I kind of want you in there too. Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Risky throwing Aguilar in, but we've got bodies that need a rest. Bit of dead air there where my brain just froze on me. It's like, what are you doing? Don't make these changes. It's going to cost you an AFC game and you're going to hate yourself. It's going to be fine. We trust these players. We need to back Aguilar. And I'm more looking ahead like, all right, we play this game. They're a Chinese Super League team. Maybe they're awesome. Maybe they suck. But they're seeded 4th in the group. And we're not. So that's a plus. And after this game, we've got to play Jeonnam. And then we've got a nice big long break. So if we can rotate, have fit players against Jeonnam, and hopefully beat them, then yeah. That'll be a good thing. How are we looking? We're still top, but Jeonnam and Suwon both got games in hand and they can jump us. And that's what sucks. That's not even how we were seeded. We were seeded first. Jeonnam play Suwon. A draw would be fantastic. Straight 0 or draw. Cross your fingers. Well, Jeonnam got taken to school, so that kind of helps us. But Suwon smashed them 4-1. And they've jumped us. So they're now top of the league with a better goal difference and ahead by a point. Don't care for it. But we did that to ourselves by sucking in the last game. But I do have an excuse. Fixture congestion. We've been playing a lot of games in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, we'll throw a match review in there because we've got a decent gap. And we're going to do outreach. We're going to have a team bonding session. It's got a big gap and we can afford to do it. Cool. And because we've had this run of games where we've been playing like every 2-3 days, a lot of the squad's just not really been training at all. They've been resting. Do you think Kim In-woo is deserving of a call-up? Do we? Let's actually investigate our response. 7.1, 7.07 for rating for the season. Yeah, he does. Give him a call-up. Let's produce another international. Norwich second now. Chelsea have jumped up to third. They're all the way down here. What the hell? Nottingham Forest dropped right off the pace. Arsenal are out of the top. See? United, top. What the hell? They've only played one game since I last looked at it. So clearly, things are a bit closer than I thought. Semi-final draw. Start the draw. Speed. 2 times. Start the draw. See what happens. Best draw match is Seoul versus get on with it. So on. So we have drawn Jeonnam. Who's at home? Who's away? We're at home and we've drawn Jeonnam. There's no suspense here. We can all see it. It's right there. That's massive. Final for the FA Cup against our arch rivals. We can't lose that game. If we lose that game, I'll get bloody fired. That's huge. Huge! Excited now. I don't even want to win the cup. I just want to win the semi-final and get to the final so we can beat Jeonnam and knock them out. And then it's like, who cares after that? Job done. And they've just had a kick in the teeth after getting smashed by Suwon as well, so... A close encounter, you reckon? Against this lot. Let's do some scouting, hey? Oh, they've got, like, really expensive players. That can't be fair. Okay. Okay. Where are you from? What is this? What's an Alay Moriba? It's from Guinea. And, wow, he played at, like, real clubs and everything. Oh, this is... Alright. Okay, so maybe the whole... Let's play a really rotated squad thing isn't the best move. Yeah, we're gonna go with full strength, everybody, because yikes. Still gonna rest Troy. Oh, our poor little centre backs. Yep, squad adjusted. We're gonna get decimated in this game. Tactics. Here, let's not get stuck in against these guys. Ah, this could be really painful. I'm scared now. Oh, why did you let me look at their squad? We've got a good team too, but come on. Right before the Jeonnam game. If we can pull out a win, it'll be massive and awesome. Carlos Aguilar's been called up for the Bolivia squad. Barely played for us, don't really know why, but off he goes. Where he'll no doubt be joined by Judas Crespo. It's not Jesus anymore because he left. It's Judas. Yep, do that. I'm not changing anything else. Team selection. There's our team. Only real changes at left back. And, yep. That's how that story goes. Let's see how we go. Kind of terrified right now. it up. Pump it up. Come on, everybody. Fire up. Fire up. Good enough. We're on the telly and everything. Don't screw it up, guys. You're on TV. I didn't put Lee In Gyu back up front. We started Lee Ji-hoon. That's an error. We've got 3,000 people in attendance for this game. Here's Ben Davis looking to stamp his authority. Plays it over to Lee Ji-hoon. He nearly scored and I nearly had to eat my words. I was about to lose it and just say, who said it was a mistake? I'm a friggin' genius. But then he hit the bar. 3,385 people at Gwangyang Stadium. That is epic. That might be the highest attendance we've had in our time at Jeonnam. I mean, we're doing fine. We're playing like we normally play. Turkman, don't give up the ball there. Win it back. Why did you run away from him? Another encourage. Keep the spirits up. No, I'm scared. No, don't let him through. Don't let him through. Lee's got covered. Looking good. Very smart. He's green. Keeper kit. We survived to half time. I will absolutely take a draw in this game. Got some like dramatic, semi-dramatic music going on as well. We got lots of green. Everybody's fired up. Everybody's up for it. We're ticking the right boxes here. Just looking at fitness. We are doing okay. 60-minute mark. It's time. Is this Jung Jae-ik struggling? Kimmy Wei coming for him. Everyone else is fine at the moment. Corner. Ball. Into the box. Cho rises. Couldn't get there. They're looking to clear. And we've hit the post again. I just got done saying not 10 minutes ago, hey, we don't hit the post 50 times a game anymore. Oh, Lee was almost in. Come on, let's not give away a crap goal. Let's win the football. Yes. 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 Like all of this, that was a great turn from Benny Davis, who's played it into Lee In Gyu, who has scored. Flag is down. No, flag is up. Man, sad times. How dare they rule a Lee In Gyu goal offside? And launch a formal protest. It just seems like the kind of... I'm not saying it is, it just seems like the kind of thing that should be illegal. Everyone's exhausted. I'm tempted to go positive. Screw it. Let's do it. A few minutes left. Let's go attacking. See what happens. 2 minutes left. Sven's out. Oh, good Sven. Thanks for hanging out and having a look-see. All right, we got away with the draw. I think you leaving has rubbed off on all the players, and that is your fault, Sven. Not at all. Hey, no, all good, man. It's not a problem. I've got no problem with you lurking and just being along for the ride. Totally fine. Happy to have you. Glad we could keep you company for a little bit. But good luck with work. Don't work too hard. It's not good for you. Yeah. You too, buddy. Take care. Oh, I'm not going to rubbish players for that one. I think you found the base purpose of football match scoring goals so difficult to do. We don't. We've had like... Yeah. I think what's happened there And they're probably... Can you have a look at Bangkok? What are you looking like? Know nothing about yet. So you guys are probably going to be pants. And if you've just beaten Yokohama, they're probably going to be pants too. You got to play, you're paying 55 quid a week. I think we'll be okay. So given that, that's our toughest opponent. We got a draw at home. That's not a disaster. And if we'd started In Gyu in that game, I think those early chances we would have got away with or converted. I think just that one misclick has really cost us there. And that is absolutely on me. Kim Woo's going to start out there. In Gyu's going to start here. I can't change anything else because we're playing Jeonnam of all friggin' teams. Although I can rest Jean Jayek, we'll play Jeonnam there. You're going to come out. Choi Yun's going to come back in. Swap you over for Park. Should be fit. Oh, what I wouldn't give for another really good centre back. Am I happy with this squad? Yeah. Yeah, I think I am. Cool. Moving on. Chang. Safe hands from Lacey 1. You're damn right our Lord is safe hands. This is a huge game. Basically a must-win game. And we all know how we usually go with those. If I could have a do-over for anything this season, other than not selling Jesus Crespo or Hussey June, if we'd been able to keep one of those, I would have been happier. Probably the one thing I'd do differently from all the transfer windows is it would have taken a huge chunk of cash. And for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the signings we made. Jeonnam was a misstep. We absolutely didn't need him and he hasn't played, so that was a dumb transfer. Yom wasn't my call. He was a director of football loan. But yeah, probably one of the things I would have done differently is taken a huge chunk of cash. And thrown it at a centre-back. A more experienced centre-back. I think that would have been a worthwhile investment. Even a foreign centre-back and have him take up that foreign spot, because I think Jeonnam is a good player and he's been handy, but we haven't given him the game time he should have, because he is a good player. But with the foreign player rules and stuff, like, even though we're allowed to have 6 foreign players, like, it's too many to use. You can't have them all on the pitch at the same time, so you've got to chop and change and blurt. Didn't need him. It's a dumb signing. Team selection advice. Yeah, none of that is happening. Press conference. This one I pay attention to because it's a rivals game. Yeah. Yep, rubbish the opposition manager. No, our players aren't going to crack. I'm actually fetched by the pressure. All this talk about pressure. Yep, there we go. Title chase Suwon. Don't care. Yep. Done. Ben Davis got a call up. Trevor Hyun got a call up. Nice. Another match rearranged. He's talking trash. Yep. Control position. Chuck in actually, let's not chuck in a match review there. Because that's a pretty short turnaround. Training style. Balance. No, not this track. I need to remove it from the playlist. We do not need 70s Prawn soundtrack. No place for it. We don't really need Kmart Celine Dion either. So, yeah, there we go. John Bach going downtown to the place where people who lose this game go, where we don't want to go. That worked heaps better in my head. For reals. Up it up there. Predicting a draw. I'm not predicting a draw. I'm predicting a win. We are away though. That's a problem. I did notice too in the training schedule, and if you're eagle-eyed, you may have picked it up. We've got like a match, recovery day, then recovery day, training day, match in the schedule split over 2 weeks. I'm actually going to leave it like that. Because I'm really worried about fitness for some of these players. We do get a breather after this one. It's been a tough stretch, so that's going to be good for everyone involved. Alright, this is looking pretty good. I'm just weighing up. Kimmy always here. He's not quite fit. Yom can't play anyway. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Did I put Hanan in midfield? Seems. Do I have midfield cover? Yes, I've got John Jay there. Cool. Actually, it's John Butt. Oh, Holy Trinity in center of midfield. Look at that. Huzzah! Love it. Lines. That tells me I made the right calls. If I get lines, I'm happy. That means they all play well together. And guess who plays for Jean Bart? You all know who it is. Harry Bloody Mings. More fuel for the fire. Alright, everybody. Go out there, kick the crap out of Harry Mings, and win the goddamn game. Harry Mings isn't even playing. Ha ha ha, what a loser. I probably should have noticed when I noticed his name on the team thingy, it was red. Which means he's out. Suwon up 1-0 against Kim Chon. Gustavo's got a yellow card. Let's get him sent off. Oh, they're doing this stupid flat back rubbish crud. Hate it. We've got the ball and we've got a highlight. So let's not screw it up and do something awesome. Here's Turkmen. To Chomo Hyung. Over to Kim Min Woo. Looking for Lee. Couldn't find him. I've got the ball back. Looking to press forward. It's ball over the top. We've won it back through Donati to Turkmen. Back to Lee C1. Cho. We build again from the back. Shang Jae-yik out to Kim Min Woo. Who I've still got question marks over that selection a little bit. So he needs to be awesome. So I don't feel like rubbish after this game. Turkmen up to Benny Davis. Ball through for Lee. He shoots from miles out and hits the crossbar. We are well on top though. We're giving them plenty to think about and they have barely had a look in. No. At least he won with the save. It's fine. We all knew that was going to happen. There's nothing to worry about. Lacey Huan, conflict claim from the corner. Half time, 0-0. Faith in you. Got faith in you. And I got faith in you. Lads, this is Jeonnam. We've got to win this game. Let's have it. Got a highlight. Right after half time. It's a brilliant time to score. If you can help me out with that, I'll love you forever. It's a big ball. Looking for Lee. Couldn't find him. But Kim In-woo is there. Wins a great challenge. Fantastic ball out wide to Guan. He's going to look for the ball in. Nope. Over to Benny Davis. Back to Guan. He's going to shoot. Guan scores. Yes. He knows what this game means. He's a Jeonnam hero. Links up with Benny Davis this time to give us a 1-0 win. Plays the 1-2. Guan just takes it inside. Keeper goes too early. Probably unsighted because of that clown. Because everybody in this team is clowns. And we are 1 goal to the good. Now we're on the attack again. Jeon Jae-ik. Back to Cho. Over to Turkman. To Choi. To Park Seung-min. To Turkman. Davis. Who is looking for an option. Plays it all the way back to Donati. Just to create some space. It's a good pass. Park Seung-min now. Plays it central to Cho. Back to Turkman. Jeon Jae-ik. Again, keeping it nicely. Into Benny Davis. Jeon Jae-ik through to Kim In-woo. He's in on goal and scores. 2-0 up. Everything is freaking glorious. Everybody's getting a touch on the ball there. Lee In Gyu is making a nuisance of himself. Drawing defenders out. Watch him run around here. He's got this guy marking him pretty closely. Makes his run way too late though to support the keeper. Even if he's not on the ball, Lee In Gyu's contributing. Even if he's not, in my mind, he absolutely is. I'm not taking him off the pitch in Derby. That's crazy talk. Coming up on 20 minutes to go. I'm not desperate to rest anybody in this game. Guan could come off though, because he's just gone red. Kim Ho-shuk's going to come on for him. I'm going to throw Hanan on for Jeon Jae-ik, just fresh legs in midfield. And at the back, we'll throw on Aguilar. I can't. Boo. Well, who can I... Haha. Line change. Choo. Couple of minutes ago, we're just going to waste some time because I'm a monster. So Lee Ji-hoon can play in Sandy. Income off Benny Davis, give him a breather. Praise lads, because this is a huge win. A huge win. Suwon have won as well, which kind of sucks. And they've extended their goal difference advantage. But that was a really important victory. That was really special, lads. Kim In-woo. That was really good. Guan. Very happy. Jeon Jae-ik was outstanding. Benny Davis was excellent. And Lee Hee-swan was excellent. Lee Si-hwan. Lee Hee-swan? Just changing his name. It's like, you were that good, I'm rechristening you, my friend. 4-point gap back to Jeonnam, but which is potentially massive. I'm pretty sure we've got to play Suwon again, so we could beat them. Yeah, 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 yeah. Positive stuff. Suck it, Alexander Gama. Jerk. Davis is set for his assist bonus. Absolutely earned it. Champion. Oh. And what's infuriating is the game before, against, well, a couple of games before, we couldn't buy a goal. We were just kind of toothless. Not toothless, but we weren't converting chances. And then we can go out in a massive game with all the pressure in the world against Jeonnam and do that. It's brilliant. Look at these guys. 26 goals, 25 goals. We used to have one of them. Oh. Benny Davis is top of the pops for assists. Lucy Huan's the best keeper in the league. Benny Davis also up there for average rating, but not quite top of the heap. And you know what? Yeah, you can all have a day off training after that effort, because it was quite impressive. Oh, I'm so happy with that win. Luis Diorigo's won a new contract at Adelaide. That's cool. Well done. How are you doing anyway, buddy? How's Tricks? We haven't seen you for a while. Let's check in with Diorigo. So this was us. That was the best season of his life. That was our championship season. And then kind of a holding pattern. So he's doing fine. Who else have they got now? Who's still there? Let's just have a quick look. They still got Ndiaye. Second best goalkeeper we've had in this save. So he had him on loan. Yeah. And he was awesome. And then he's just been slightly less awesome since. So we got more out of him. That's cool. Parias is still here. So they have turned him into a right back. Good for him. Poppers is still knocking about the place. He's got 7 caps for Australia. Oh, he's gone off the boil a little bit. Poor bugger. Not one of ours. Lewis Miller, who we brought in, he's still there. And he's improved. Nice work, Lewis. Diorigo, when he was still there, you're not ours. Idris Abdoulaye is still at the club and playing more than when we were there. So, you know, we called that one. Bernardo is still here and playing lots. Is not super awesome, but he's alright. Godley, who we discovered and dragged into the squad. Look at that. 21 games, 7.04. We can pick him. Alex Easton, who was also knocked about the place. We didn't use him, I don't think. Yeah, he was in the youth team. And they've dragged him up. Fair enough. There's Aaron Basic. He's played once, scored once, and they just haven't used him again. What a pack of morons. Marco Tulio, no. Oh, Super Mario. He's away on international duty. He must be playing. Oh, he's Kiwi. Birkin Kadar's still there. Nick Ansell's still there. Still. Wow. Alright. Delianov. Why have they still got Delianov? Well, that's fun. I just wanted to take a quick walk down memory lane briefly. We have got a big ass gap until our next game. And there's really not going to be much going on other than the players are all going to rest. I'm going to check the job center briefly right now, just in case. Nothing going on there, because we are not going to America. It's rubbish. can't pay for the resis. Staff meeting, send me an email. So, given the length of that gap, I think what we might actually do, folks, is wrap up the stream here. But before we do, we are going to raid somebody. Because I always forget to do it, and we totally should, because it helps other people out. So let's find someone to raid. Twitchypoo.tv poo. Search Football Manager in English. What is going on? We're not going to watch second yellow card. What do you take me for? There's 2 more channels. I searched for English and none of these are in English. Madness. One more look. Ah, too many L's in Football Manager right there. Show me 5 more channels. Here we go. We're going to raid Lotto Havoc. Silence. I just saw them. Where are you? Lotto Havoc is managing Nashirino City FC in Japan in their first season, which I think is cool. So we're going to raid them because it'll be fun. Why didn't you copy the name? Good lord. Lotto Havoc, was there an underscore there? No, nailed it. Cool. So folks, thank you for joining us for the stream. It was a great time. We beat Jeonnam Buck, so all is right with the world. We're going to raid Lotto Havoc. Please say hi to him in the chat. Bet around. Don't be douchebagged. It's all good. And until next time, we'll be back tomorrow night streaming, probably. I'll be exhausted. I'm doing some yard work and stuff for a friend tomorrow. But yeah, this has been fun as hell. Thanks to everybody. Until next time, I shall see you next time. And we're going to go raid. Huzzah!